Welcome back to the deep dive where we tear through the source material so you don't have to. Today we are tackling a really universal pain point for pretty much every lean B2B startup founder out there, the content crunch.
Oh, yeah. It's that feeling, isn't it? That constant operational dread. You absolutely know content is the key driver for growth, for leads.
Right.
But your small team is just, well, completely maxed out. They're juggling product development, hiring, everything else.
And you're lucky if you push out maybe one, maybe two articles a month. And they're probably not your best work either.
Exactly. And that leaves those big growth targets just completely unmet. It's frustrating.
Totally. Content's supposed to be this amazing lead gen engine, but instead it feels like a time sink, a budget hog.
Yeah.
So our mission today is basically a shortcut. We want to look into the future, see how the top lean B2B startups are using AI strategically to get like a 10x content output.
And we're talking going from maybe one post a week to potentially one post a day, that kind of scale.
Without sacrificing quality, crucially, and without breaking the bank.
We really need to move past the what if. The context here is stark. 81% of B2B marketers are already using generative AI tools.
81%. Wow.
Yeah, and over half are reporting, significantly more efficient workflows, less grunt work.
So the conversation isn't if anymore.
No, definitely not. It's how. How are the winners actually implementing this stuff? How are they using AI strategically to turn content into a real scalable growth driver?
Okay, so let's unpack this shift then, because the numbers, they really suggest we've hit a genuine inflection point, don't they?
It feels like it. We're talking about fundamentally changing the math of marketing operations.
How so? What are the numbers telling us?
Well, the data coming from the platforms, the tools themselves, it shows businesses producing content up to like 8 times faster.
8 times?
8 times. And at the same time, slashing their content costs by roughly 80%. Think about that for a small startup.
80% cost cut. That fundamentally changes the P&L equation, like you said.
It really does.
But hang on a second. When I hear 80% cost cuts, 8x speed, my skeptical alarm starts ringing a little bit.
Ah, fair enough.
Is this sustainable?
Yeah.
Or are we just talking about, a short-term productivity boost that floods the internet with garbage content?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And the answer seems to lie in what the sources are calling the equalizer effect.
A equalizer effect, okay.
Yeah. This shift to cheap, fast generation means that suddenly a lean Series A startup, they can actually compete volume-wise with a huge, well-funded corporation.
On content volume.
On volume, yeah. The playing field is sort of leveled, provided they keep an eye on quality control, of course.
Okay, that makes sense. Any examples?
Yeah, we saw one e-commerce brand, they reported a 400% jump in their total content output using automation.
400%. With no team expansion.
0 team expansion. That's pure leverage.
Yeah.
But it only really works because of one key piece of context.
Yeah.
The Google green light.
Ah, okay, the SEO fear factor. That's always been the elephant in the room, hasn't it?
For years, every marketer worried, are we going to get penalized for machine-generated text?
Right.
But the big turning point was Google coming out and explicitly saying, look, we don't really care how content is produced, human, machine, hybrid, whatever.
As long as it's helpful.
Exactly. As long as it's helpful, high quality, and genuinely valuable to the searcher. So once that fear of penalties kind of vanished,
then the top teams could really hit the accelerator.
Precisely. They realized they could use AI aggressively for speed as long as they maintained that strategic human oversight.
Okay, so if that's the context, let's get into the how. Where does the strategy actually begin for these teams?
Right. Well, it absolutely has to begin with best practice number 1. The hybrid approach. This is fundamental.
AI is a force multiplier, not a replacement.
Exactly. You've got to remember that. AI helps the human team. It doesn't replace human thought or creativity.
I think that 80-20 rule really nails this principle, doesn't it?
It really does. You let the AI handle, say, 80% of the grunt work.
Like what specifically?
Things like the initial drafts, basic outlines, summarizing dense technical docs, maybe generating some draft images, repurposing little snippets for social media, all that stuff.
Okay.
And that strategically frees up your human team to focus only on the critical 20%.
Which is?
Adding the unique nuance, injecting proprietary data or expert examples that only you have, and crucially, refining the brand voice so it connects emotionally.
Yeah, and the sources had a pretty stark warning here, didn't they, for anyone tempted to just automate 100%?
Oh, definitely. Neil Patel's team did some analysis. They found that pure, Unedited AI content, it tended to underperform significantly.
How significant?
Like 5 times less organic traffic compared to content that had been heavily modified and enriched by a human expert.
Wow. Okay, so the speed boost is basically worthless if you skip the human touch.
Absolutely. Which immediately raises another critical problem, doesn't it?
Which is?
If you scale your output 10x, how do you stop all that new content from sounding, well, robotic, generic, repetitive?
The blandness factor.
Exactly. And the solution there is best practice number 2. You have to train the AI on your own brand voice and your specific knowledge base.
You can't just use the generic out-of-the-box model.
No way. You've got to feed it your own history, your own style. The successful startups, they're systematically training AI on their internal style guides, their entire past content library.
Okay, give us an example.
Thirdweb is a great one. They're a developer platform. Their marketing team didn't just use, a standard chatbot. They actually created specific AI agents.
Agents?
Yeah, trained specifically on all their existing documentation, blog posts, everything.
And why was that step so vital for, say, a technical audience like developers?
Because for developers, consistency is accuracy. They need the terminology to be spot on every single time.
Right.
So by training the AI on their own knowledge base, they ensured it used the right terms, the right level of technical detail their audience expects.
And that cuts down editing time dramatically, I imagine.
Massively. Because the draft comes out maybe 90% accurate from the start. That efficiency is absolutely key if you're aiming for 10x output.
Okay, so practical takeaway for you listening. The source material really recommends keeping an internal AI content handbook.
Yeah, doesn't have to be War and Peace.
No, just a short guide.
Right.
Details on your ideal persona, specific descriptions of your voice, maybe some do's and don'ts.
Just something to guide the prompts so everyone on the team gets consistently on-brand content back from the AI.
Makes sense. Okay, so hybrid approach, train the AI. What's next for getting to that exponential scaling?
Okay, best practice number 3. This is where the scaling really, takes off. You have to integrate AI directly into the workflow.
Not just using it in the separate chat window.
Exactly. If it's siloed over there, you'll never hit 10x. It needs to be woven into every stage. Research, creation, editing, publishing, even promotion.
Okay, this sounds powerful. Let's dive into some concrete automation examples. You mentioned Thirdweb before.
Yeah, let's go back to them. They used a specific content automation tool, Leap AI, to tackle a major workflow bottleneck.
Okay, describe that end-to-end process, because you said it was game-changing.
It really was. So they'd start with a recorded webinar video, a really rich source of expert content.
Right.
The system would automatically transcribe the whole video, then summarize the key points, then generate blog post outlines based on those points.
Okay, standard stuff so far.
But then it would also create specific SEO metadata titles, descriptions, generate complementary images, and then the picker. Auto-upload the finished reviewed post directly to their CMS.
Whoa. Okay, wait. Auto-upload to the CMS.
Yep. Beyond the initial review step, basically no manual work.
That's huge. Think about the time saved, that whole multi-day, multi-person process, transcription, writing, SEO, design, publishing.
Reduced to essentially a single click,
Yeah.
with human oversight focused purely on the quality check. That's how you get 10x velocity.
Incredible. Any other examples of workflow improvements?
Yeah. Another good one is Perler, an Australian fintech startup. They were stuck in that classic startup trap,
Let me guess. Fragmented processes, stuff scattered everywhere.
Exactly. Content process scattered across emails, random Slack threads, disconnected Google Docs. Total mess.
That handoff process, that fragmentation, that kills velocity, doesn't it?
It's often the biggest killer. So they moved their entire operation onto Narado, which is an AI-enabled content operations platform.
So centralization plus AI.
That was the magic combo. It solved the fragmentation problem almost overnight. They didn't just get speed, they got process control.
And the result?
Doubled their content output in just 1 month.
Doubled in a month.
Yep. And that led directly to a 50% jump in their organic traffic pretty soon after.
Wow. That really proves that sometimes the bottleneck isn't even the writing itself.
Often it's not. It's the clunky, repetitive handoffs between different people and different systems. AI integrated into a central platform fixes that.
Doubling output, 50% traffic bump, no new hires. That's compelling. But okay, the scaling only works if the quality stays really high, which brings us nicely to best practice number 4, ensuring quality and fact-checking at scale.
Absolutely critical. Guidelines become mandatory here. Teams must define clearly When is raw AI tech maybe acceptable for, say, internal notes or initial brainstorming?
Versus when does a human subject matter expert absolutely have to be involved for a deep technical review?
Exactly. You need those clear rules.
And for you listening, we have to think about the ultimate goal of quality here, which Google calls EEAT. Experience, expertise, authority, trust. How does a team using AI ensure they hit that high bar?
It comes back to the hybrid approach. You use AI for the draft, the structure, maybe the general knowledge bits, but then you must layer in proprietary information the AI simply cannot access.
Stuff it wouldn't know.
Exactly. Quotes from your CEO. Mini case studies based on your specific methodology, original research data you've gathered, specific customer success stories.
Things that signal real originality and authority.
That's the key. And never, ever forget the review step. Even a quick 5-minute skim by a human editor is essential. AI can and does generate confidently incorrect information.
Confidently incorrect. I like that.
Yeah, so you absolutely cannot delegate trust. Someone human needs to verify.
Cannot delegate trust. That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we have this high quality, high velocity cornerstone content, best practice number 5 shows us how to get maximum mileage out of it, right?
Right. This is about achieving omnipresence efficiently. Repurpose and personalize at scale.
Why write 10 brand new things?
When you can create one brilliant cornerstone piece, like a long blog post or that webinar we talked about, and then have AI automatically cascade it across all your different channels.
This content cascade idea, it's like the ultimate leverage play.
Totally. You feed that one big asset to the AI and boom. It instantly transforms it into a series of short LinkedIn posts, maybe a Twitter thread optimized for that platform, a short video script, email snippets for your newsletter.
You're double dipping, triple dipping on every core resource.
Quadruple dipping. And this scaling also unlocks a level of personalization that, frankly, a lean team could never manage manually before.
How so?
Well, you can take a base blog post about your sales product, right? And then in seconds, have the AI generate specific variants tailored for completely different industries.
So one version for finance, one for healthcare, one for retail.
Exactly. Or even variants targeted towards different job roles, like here's the version for a CTO and here's the one for a marketing manager. Same core message, but tuned for relevance.
That's powerful personalization at scale.
Okay.
Okay, we've talked a lot about process and best practices. Let's connect all 5 of these back to concrete business results. You mentioned the Franchise Brokers Association, FBA.
Yeah, FBA. They're a more traditional B2B service, not a tech startup necessarily. They adopted HubSpot's built-in AI tools, project name was Breeze, apparently, to really supercharge their content engine.
Okay, what did that look like in practice? What were the numbers?
Well, they went from producing maybe 1 or 2 substantial articles per week to generating 1 substantial article every single day.
Whoa, that's easily a 250% increase in output right there.
At least. And the outcome, it was phenomenal. Really proved the whole thesis. They saw a 216% increase in organic lead generation.
216% more leads.
Yep. And a 73% year-over-year increase in actual revenue within the first year of implementing this.
73% revenue growth.
Yeah.
That's powerful proof. Scaling content with AI translates directly to scalable business results, even in more mature traditional B2B markets.
Absolutely. It's not just for flashy tech startups.
So if we quickly look at the tools making this happen, what's a landscape look like?
It's actually pretty straightforward at its core. You've got your main generative writers, ChatGPT, GPT-4 for drafting, maybe specialized tools like Jasper.
Okay.
Then you have those content operations platforms like Narado that Perler used, which often have AI built right in to help with workflows and centralization.
Right, the integration piece. We shouldn't forget visuals, should we?
Definitely not. AI image tools like Midjourney or AI video tools like Synthesia. They mean you don't need a massive design team anymore to create compelling multimedia content alongside your text.
So the visual automation keeps pace with the text automation.
Exactly. Keeps the speed up across the whole creation process. And one more thing on the tech side, programmatic SEO.
Yes, generating pages at scale for long-tail keywords.
Right. AI, often combined with specific data feeds and APIs, is unlocking this for B2B businesses targeting very specific niches. We saw one startup use this to generate literally thousands of unique high-value pages.
And the result?
An 850% traffic increase in just a few months. That kind of scale was just unthinkable for lean teams before this AI inflection point.
Okay, amazing. So let's wrap this deep dive up with a clear founder playbook summary. What are the concrete action steps for you, the listener?
Okay, step 1. You need to identify the single biggest content bottleneck in your current process. Is it writing those first drafts? Is it the painful repurposing step? Is it just the review cycle? Find your biggest logjam.
Find the bottleneck. Then what?
Then, pilot an AI solution specifically designed to solve that one problem. Don't try to boil the ocean. Start small.
And measure everything.
Absolutely. Rigorously measure the ROI, time saved, traffic gained, leads generated. Prove the value internally.
Okay. Bottleneck, pilot, measure. What else?
Then you must define clear AI usage guidelines for your team and train them on effective prompt crafting. Quality control is paramount as you scale.
Makes sense. Always stay authentic. Focus on helpfulness over just spamming low-quality stuff.
That's the core principle.
So the formula seems consistent across all these examples.
Yeah.
It's AI speed, intelligently paired with human strategy and oversight.
Exactly. This intelligent deployment lets lean B2B teams operate way smarter, achieving content output and impact that was previously only possible for huge, well-funded marketing departments.
Yeah, we've really covered today how AI has kind of democratized content volume, hasn't it? Made that 10x output goal seem actually reachable for almost everyone.
It really has leveled the playing field in terms of quantity.
But here's the final thought we want to leave you with. Since AI has leveled that playing field and it's made sheer quantity relatively easy to achieve, the new differentiator in content marketing, it's inevitably going to shift, isn't it? It has to move beyond just volume. It has to be about authority, about uniqueness.
Makes sense.
So the question for you is this. If everyone can produce content 10x faster now, how will you use the precious human time you've saved? How will you use it to inject the proprietary data, the exclusive case studies, the original first-hand insights that the AI simply cannot access? How will you make your content not just frequent, but truly indispensable to your ideal customer?